All right, we are going to get started here in just a minute. Well, good morning, everybody. I'm back. And happy Hump Day as well. Let me know if the audio sounds okay or has any issues. I'm actually streaming from my main computer today, so it's different than my usual setup. But let's have some coffee, shall we? So, what have I been up to? That's kind of what this stream's all about. For those that aren't familiar, I used to do morning update videos on YouTube and Instagram. And, every couple weeks or so, and just kind of go over what I've been up to. Some of you following my stream might already be fairly familiar with what I've been up to, but that's what this is kind of meant to be. Oh, hi, Rod. So you're doing these instead of Facebook videos? Yes, yeah, it's kind of a new idea. One of my stream ideas that I've had is like, wouldn't it be cool to make the morning update more interactive? So yeah, it also, honestly, during this pandemic time, it's helping me get dressed in the morning, have a reason to look nice, because otherwise I'm working from home all the time and, there's not a lot of reason to dress up anymore. So yeah, I feel like streaming's helping a lot of my hobbies right now during this time, and we're kind of all stuck at home. But yeah, Miss Mountain Dew Queen, hey, thanks for joining us. Lurking at work, no problem. Thanks for hanging out. I like to do that too, actually. I will, since I'm working from home, I can just throw up a stream and sometimes I'll listen, sometimes I'll chat, but, if I can't multitask well enough or I get stuck into some work issue, I will just lurk a bit. So yeah, so welcome to the morning update stream. It's a new concept for me, or at least a take on an old concept that's now a new concept. And how are y'all doing this week? Feel free to chat. Yeah, as for me, I have, over the last few months, I've been having, we've all been having a difficult time, right? So yeah, it's been interesting. I started out with this year going to be like all of these trips planned. Like I had trips for cosplay and trips for cheer, and I had a 2-week cruise in Europe planned. And I was going to go back to Dragon Con for the first time in 4 years, and all these things, and now it's like nothing. So Me Shark, welcome, good morning, happy Hump Day. Welcome to the morning update stream, which is just me chatting and y'all chatting, hopefully, and hanging out and going over what I've been up to, I guess is the main thing. But yeah, and then drinking coffee too, so. And this is actually my my mug. It says, ask me about iNacho. So ask me about it. Then I'll talk about it. So where was I? Oh yeah, I was talking about trips. So I did go on one trip in January to Las Vegas, and that was for a cheerleading event. And it's actually like a cheerleading competition, as well as just a bunch of sports events that we got to go cheer at and like stunt and do stuff. we got to perform a bunch. And I didn't compete. I'm so new to cheer. I was just like happy to go wear my uniform for. Was that the first time? It might have been the first time I got to wear my actual uniform. At previous events, I didn't have one yet. It takes a long time to order them, and so I had borrowed one like for the couple of events that I'd gone to. Because last year I went to Palm Springs Pride as well, and that's like in November. October, one of those, and then Honolulu Pride too, which is fun. But Honolulu Pride, they had us all wear Cheer Honolulu shirts, and they gave us rainbow bows too, so that was fun. So yeah, we didn't need our full uniform for that anyway. But yeah, cheerleading. So we just had our first cheer practice, our virtual cheer practice last night. So we had all the new tryouts there. And we went over, basically went over the handbook is really what most of that meeting was. Oh boy, looks like we got a spammer in here. I get to actually do some ban hammering or something here. All right. Cool. All right. At least we know it works, huh? So yeah, keep to the chat rules. I think one of my rules is no spam. So there you go. But yeah, we had our first cheer meeting last night. Me Shark, you don't want to become famous. Yeah, not that way at least. Buy followers. I hate that stuff. It's so annoying. I'm noticing how shiny I am too. I'm still working on my lighting skills. I'm not great at this. Yeah, it's a bot. Freaking bots, man. I don't remember. I think you came in later in the stream the other day when someone had come in and like pretended to donate or something. I was like, I don't have anything set up to donate. And they're like, it says like donates $50. I'm like, what? Thanks, I guess. And then they're like, I'll donate 150 more if you take your shirt off. And I was like, no. And then he kept pushing. I was like, all right, see ya. And timed him out. And then I went back later because I was like, how did he donate? There's no donate. And so all I can think is that he must have like done an emote or something of donating. Because yeah, I don't have donations set up at all. The only donate thing I have set up is like go to Cheer Seattle and donate to Cheer Seattle. Yeah, I'm just like, I don't understand why someone is pushing that on these streams that are obviously not for that, when you can go to OnlyFans, you can go to Patreon, you can sign up, and certain ones of them might do that kind of stuff, and that's totally fine. More power to them. It's great. That's just not what I'm doing here. So yeah, I mean, people do that, right? And I don't have a problem with it, but it's just not what I'm doing. So people actually ask me, are you gonna ever make an OnlyFans? And I'm like, I mean, people that make OnlyFans usually want to make money and are usually willing to be more risque, and I'm just like, I don't really want to do either. So yeah, so the answer is always no. I'm not gonna make an OnlyFans. So all right, so that was a huge derail, but that's okay. I like tangents here, and that's what this stream's all about, just to like hang out and chat, even if it's because of some asshole bot that came in. I'm like, am I allowed to say asshole? Am I allowed to cuss on the stream? Still not unsure. I probably should read the rules on Twitch for that kind of stuff. That alert, that alert. I hate that zombie guy. It's so ugly. I have this cute cat girl, and it's like not working, even though I have Streamlabs set up supposedly to work for the Facebook events. E-Shark says, I swear all the time as you've seen. Oh yeah. I have Rod, I don't know if he's just lurking or still hanging out, but he was joking about that he sets his channels mature. I don't know, do you set your channels mature? Me Shark. But yeah, I asked why, and he's like, "Oh, because I cuss a lot." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And then the other day, I couldn't hear him above the game, and he couldn't figure it out. And I was like, "Well, you just have to cuss louder." You did, but you took it off. Yeah. Um, yeah. No, I guess. Yeah, I don't know what the standards are, and maybe I should read up on it. But it seems to me like unless you're just cussing every single second, and or doing real mature things, that you shouldn't have to mark your stream as mature. But yeah, so we were talking about cheerleading, and it exists more for the game you're playing. Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess that makes sense since Twitch was kind of made for gaming, to at least to start, and it's still mostly about gaming. And they have those like rated M for mature games, but yeah, we had our first meeting last night for cheerleading and for Cheer Seattle, and went over the handbook. And so now all the new members and all the returning members get to sign it in the next week, and then we kind of start the season. But this season's gonna be weird. So the whole virtual thing. I'm actually in the process of video editing a bunch of cheers, because we actually did get a request for some virtual cheers, and so I think that's what we're going to be doing for a while. Although we did have that Ride Out to Alki event for Alki Pride recently, and that was pretty cool. Like, we were all masked up and uniformed up, and a bunch of us were in cars like in the parade. It was just like a drive-by parade kind of thing. And then a couple of us were on the side of the road with like Jones Soda. Like, Jones Soda actually came up with these like Cheer Seattle labels on the bottles and stuff, and so it was really cool. I can actually show you some here. I'll be right back for real quick. You can look at my chair. So yeah, basically Jones Soda, and then the lighting gets it. But yeah, you see like there's a bunch of cheerleaders in there. So yeah, we got like all different, like I got a whole rainbow of these. We got to take a bunch home. Been tempted to drink them, but it's also 33 grams of carbs. So that's a bit much for me. So, I mean, that's like almost as much as our regular soda. Like Pepsi is like 40 grams of carbs or something like that. But yeah, so we'll see. We'll see how the cheerleading season goes. But yeah, outside of cheerleading, I've been, thanks to streaming, I've been back to cosplaying again. Or not cosplaying again, but like working on cosplay projects again, or starting to. And that's been good. I've made progress on my t-shirt quilt, and it's like I had these projects started. I need to like finish them up so I can move along to some more exciting projects, I think. So when the t-shirt quilt's done, then I'm gonna go back to my Supergirl tutu, which is almost done. It's been like almost done. I spent a good amount of time on the leotard, and then pleating all of the netting, like I think it is 8 layers of netting. And I did all that in like one night, but then I just like let it sit there for the last month or two. So yeah, I'm hoping to get back to that. And then we can get back into some latex. So I'll be moving my stuff into my workshop. And I've done a latex stream on Facebook once before, but the lighting wasn't great, and the sound was not great because it was just using... Actually, you know what I tried? I tried to use my AirPods and connect them to my computer, thinking they would be a good microphone, right? But they did not work. Either they weren't working, or they just really suck, because that stream was not great for audio. But now I have my Yeti, and I actually have my new video Logitech video camera, webcam. So that's what I'm using right now, and it looks a lot better than my regular webcam. And then I got these huge lights that I'm still trying to figure out how to use right. That's what I was talking about earlier. I look a little shiny, but and then there's like the music thing. Man, I know, Me Shark, you were worried about that in your stream yesterday. And I've already had issues of like getting dinged, even though I was using copyright-free music on YouTube, and apparently it wasn't. So both YouTube and Facebook dinged me for it. So here I'm trying to use, that alert box might be a little loud. But yeah, so here I'm trying to use Spotify playlist in the background, and and it's not working great either. It's just not going to be, it's not going to come out clear on the stream as much. And my other streams, I was using a web browser in YouTube and then putting that into the stream, and that seemed to be working. But this computer isn't set up for that, so I've got to do some jerry rigging to get that working. The music thing sucks. Yeah, like, I've had this issue for years, right? Because I've been making YouTube videos forever. And I used to put so much copyright music into things because that's the fun music that everybody knows and wants to use, you know? But then a lot of them, they'll let you use them, and then they'll put an ad next to your video. I'm like, great. And so, but then there's some like UMG where they're just, all the audio is gone if you put it up. And so I've over the years, I've learned like any UMG music I don't want to use. And then probably a year or two ago, I just decided to stop using copyright-free music or copyright music at all. And the YouTube audio library has a bunch of copyright-free music that you can like search through, download, look by genre. And it's all kind of, so it's all kind of user-made. And it makes good like background music for, videos and stuff. Like work in progress videos or anything like that. So I've tended to use those over the last few years instead. But even like, and then I suggested using that to one of my cheerleading friends, and she used one of the songs in there and still got dinged. And so it's like, there's still some issues there where they claim it's copyright free, but then somebody owns it and it's a different name. But if you listen to it, it's the same song. So something's screwy there. I don't understand that. The cam looks good. Thanks. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with the camera, although my background's kind of boring. I was playing with, so I have these, I could probably take one off the wall. I have like my whole like condo has a wall or two of just art that I like, superhero art. And so I tried putting a couple back here and thinking, oh, that's a cool background, right? But then the light and the computer screen shines and reflects on the frame. And so it just didn't look good. You couldn't even see what was in the frames. So I'm thinking I might use my green screen in the background here. Because I have hooks in the ceiling. That's how I hang my green screen. And it's like there's hooks going one way, because that's what I used when I was making my Cherica videos, because that gave me the most length for videoing into it. And then I had to, when I started video game streaming, I had to do hooks another way so that I could see the TV and it would be behind me. And so now I'll have to add hooks here so I can put a green screen behind me here. So, what are you gonna do? My condo's just gonna have hooks all over the ceiling at this point. But yeah, so Supergirl Tutu is one of the next big things. And the only thing left to do there is sew the netting onto the leotard, and then sew the crotch up, and then it's pretty much done. Then I have to decide which wig I'd want to wear with it. And I think I'm just going to wear like my new point shoes, or maybe an unpainted old pair if I have any around. I think I've painted most of my old pairs now for a costume. But like I have like a bunch of random tutus planned that are more of a mashup, like Supergirl. It's not really a costume as much as a mashup. And so I don't want to like have to buy and paint a pair of point shoes every time I make a little tutu thing. So yeah, so I'm probably just gonna like not paint them and just have them be regular point shoes. So then I'll have to shoot that. And I still haven't shot my latex dark Supergirl, which I made last year and debuted at New York Comic Con. But I got like one shot a friend took of me, and that's the only real shot I have of it. So that's unfortunate. But yeah, I've early on in this pandemic, I've actually like talked to some photographer friends, and we've met up and done some social distance photo shoots. And so I've talked to one about doing a Supergirl versus dark Supergirl, which I've done in the past with my spandex versions. So it might be cool to do another one, but with the latex versions. So it's just kind of a pain in the butt to get in and out of the latex costumes, even though they're not the Supergirl ones are not full cat suits at this point. But yeah, I think that could be a cool take on the latex costumes. So that might be in the future. We'll see. Yeah, and then like this background music is not even that great. The only reason I'm listening to it is because it's copyright free. But I think it's meant to be more like video game. I think a lot of them are just video game music that's copyright free. So, but yeah, and then what else am I working on? As you saw, I got one point shoe sewn. It took 2 streams to get it done. So I have to tomorrow's my crafting stream, my actual official shit day crafting stream. And for those that don't know, shit stands for So Happy It's Thursday. So that's tomorrow. And so I'll either work on that or the t-shirt quilt tomorrow. But yeah, I don't know. I have half of mine to just like, all right, just power through and finish the point shoes on my own. Just to get it done faster. Mostly because actually my back hurts when I'm doing that like too long. Bending over, and actually my neck too, bending over and sewing, hand sewing. Of course I could like try doing it at the desk or something, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see. The other thing I have to do is get another webcam. If I don't want to use my iPhone for like a secondary camera, because I want you to be able to see what I'm working on instead of just seeing me. And so yeah, in my past couple streams I've been able to use my iPhone for that, but it's kind of like it's delayed, it's a little choppy, because all it's really doing is replicating the screen of the camera. It's not really using the camera. It's replicating like a screenshot of the camera and then sending it over the network, and so it's not ideal. But actually, I was actually wondering if I could share my phone screen from in here on this computer. Because that's another thing I wanted to do is try to go through some like latex inspiration on Instagram on the stream. So we might do that a little bit later, because I think I got my phone working. But yeah, I know a lot of you have said like, oh, I want to see you at a Comic-Con, and I'm just like, yeah, I want to see you at a Comic-Con too. Someday. It's just not happening right now. And then, man, 2020 has been pretty crazy. Like here we are now with it's smoky out. And so even if I want to go on a bike ride now, I don't feel like I should because it's unhealthy air quality. So yeah, if it isn't one thing, it's another. We're supposed to get like thunderstorms or something later this week, tomorrow maybe. So I'm hoping like if it rains and stuff, maybe that'll help dissipate the smoke or something. I don't know. But yeah, and then where am I at with ballet class? That's the other thing I usually go over is ballet, and yeah, I haven't been going, unfortunately. And my teacher kept sending emails like, hey, we're doing Zoom classes, and so I need to just give it a try with my knee again. But today I do have an appointment with my doctor to talk about my knee, and I'm hoping to get like an MRI or something, so that will hopefully help. But yeah, I don't know. It just depends on if they can find something. If they don't find anything in an MRI, then I'm just like, well, what the heck is wrong with me? So it's going to be difficult to get back to ballet if that's the case. The other thing about doing Zoom classes is I have to actually like clean up my dining room and like move things out of the way, because that's my wood floor area, and so right now it's just like full of it has like my beanbag chair, the wagon that Ryan bought. I don't know if some of you might have seen Ryan pulling me in the wagon. That was kind of random, but kind of fun. And then, the dining room table and stuff. So here, I can actually show you. Let's see here. So yeah, there is my dining room right now. So, and then you can see I have an extra light there. But yeah, so every time I have to do ballet class. Let's see if I can get that back. Every time I have to do a Zoom ballet class, I have to like move all that out into the living room, out of the way, and then actually have to set up like a camera and the computer so I can like chat and like interact, but then you can still see my whole body for corrections and things like that. Because that's part of the reason for ballet classes, like, interacting, dancing, but also like having the teacher give you corrections and stuff, so you're like doing it right, and and learning too. So I mean, it's classes after all. But I'm curious if I can like bring in my phone into the stream. So let's give this a try. I think I can do a window capture. And we want QuickTime. Show window shadow. All right, so we're gonna have to like make this smaller. All right, hopefully y'all can see all that. So now I'm like basically mirroring my phone into the stream, basically. So yeah, this is my Instagram feed, essentially. This is actually the first one here is my brother. He does some kind of some abstract art, so it's always kind of interesting to see what he comes up with. And of course we got some ballet. This is my friend Mitzi, who does all kinds of crafting and really likes rainbows. Got some stuff going on. And then here's the today's challenge. So if you've been following me on Instagram and Facebook, we've been doing what's called the She Prop Challenge. And She Prop is a community for women and transgender and non-binary cosplayers to like work together and interact and stuff, all about cosplay and prop building and stuff like that. So they have a 30-day challenge that they come up with, and so we're all posting all of our cosplays or props that sync with each day's challenge. And so Abby Sue has posted for the repurposed item our 7 of 9 cosplays that we did. So she's on the left, I'm in the middle, and then JJ is on the right. And so yeah, we did I called it the triple threat of 7 of 9 last year at Emerald, I think. Yeah, it must have been last year at Emerald City Comic Con. And as you can see, mine's out of latex. And then so we all did different versions of Seven of Nine's costume, so it's pretty cool. I actually posted this on for the challenge yesterday. I can close that. And mine was for like group cosplay or favorite group cosplay, and so that was for me like that was like my favorite. I've done a few group cosplays, but that was like the most fun, like walking around and being Seven of Nine together, and everyone being like, what? So yeah. All right, we got some Psylocke, got Air Bubbles, and Air Bubbles is actually on Twitch as well. Does some cosplay streams and Magic the Gathering streams. Zebex, same thing. She's actually on Twitch too. But I kind of want to look at some latex, so I want to get some latex inspiration. So let's see here. Let's look at tags. Let's look for latex cosplay and see what we find. Oh yeah, Captain Marvel. That would be kind of hard to do, I think. Mostly because of all of, like, are you gonna do that as applique or color blocking for the star and stuff? So, and then of course gloves. I don't know if y'all are familiar, but latex gloves, you cannot glue latex gloves. Like, you can try, people have tried, but they usually have to be formed and molded, and so it's just not, I don't know, it's just not something your average person wants to do. Not something I want to do. Oh yeah, I know several people have done this Silk Spectre, that's what I'm thinking. This in latex as well. That's a pretty cool looking one. And we got Gwenpool going on, although some of these, like, they post latex and it's like, is that latex? It looks almost like PVC or something. People get confused about what's really latex or not, because PVC you can sew, but latex has to be glued. All right, and something seduction sexy thing going on there. I don't know. I don't even see the cosplay part of this. But you know, if you look for latex online, you're gonna find some like sexy stuff. So don't do it at work. That's kind of cool looking. And we got the plug suits that people often, I don't know why they're so popular in latex, but the plug suits. And then this is someone in Russian. And I think, is that I don't know, is that a League of Legends character or something? I'm not familiar. Someone else who got, ooh, Andromeda latex. They do really good work. We could actually even go look at their hashtag. Yeah, they do a lot of plug suits. In fact, that's mostly what this is. That looks kind of cool. See, I don't even know how you do some of that stuff, like outside of like the lines like that. I guess you just actually like actually applique that on top or something. I don't know, it looks so good. I find that a lot of my latex stuff it doesn't look that great, but then you put it on and you get in front of a camera and it's just like, I don't know, it's like stretch or something. It just really makes it pop, and the shininess, you know, if it's lubed up correctly and all that stuff. That one again. All right, well, that's mostly plug suits. We got a little nurse gal. Got a Harley Quinn thing going on. I'm not a huge fan of Harley, so I've never cosplayed her. Black cat's kind of cool, but doing the fur on the latex is like, I don't know, that just seems too complicated to me. And plus it's gonna get all gross with the lube and stuff. More nurse action. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's like some League of Legends people there. Oh, here's a 7 of 9. Doing like her red suit in latex, basically. That's pretty cool. They tag Jerry Ryan. Yep. Hey, why am I not following Jerry Ryan? Yeah, sometimes I just see like some of like the bright poppy pink or purple cat suits and I'm just like, I just want to make that. It's not even cosplay, but it just looks so cool. Got a Catwoman going on. Oh yeah, and here we got some like latex ruffles happening too. There's some cool stuff that you can do with latex. The way ruffles are done is completely different from how it's done with sewing, but there's also this technique I've seen that you can make things look like feathers, and all it is like a triangle of latex, and it's rolled up, and it looks kind of like a feather. And if you put a bunch of those together, it looks like feathers. It's actually pretty cool. More Harley. And there's more of that ruffle one. Got some kind of maid thing going on. Oh yeah, I've seen this one recently. Oh, I guess it's from Dota. I'm not familiar with Dota at all, but it looks cool. That's kind of some cool like lighting and stuff. And actually, the latex sheeting maker in the UK that I order from a lot, she's the one that does a lot of like glitter latex or like different designs on the latex. Like I bought leopard latex from her, and she like hand paints the leopard spots on it. And she also does like UV latex, and so this would be a case where if you had like UV latex, it would like glow in the dark or like look different under black lights. But yeah, there is something to say about actually making some like latex clothing at some point too. I know, I kind of just want to make like a pink catsuit or a purple catsuit just because. Although if I am going to do a Britney Oops, I Did It Again video at some point, parody video, I probably should just make a red latex catsuit. But yeah. So that's kind of what I'm up to at this point. Gonna have to wrap things up. I have to start work here pretty soon, and then I'm gonna be talking to my doctor. So just want to say thanks for hanging out. And what we got on Twitch? And yeah, I probably won't have a stream tonight. We'll see, maybe. But otherwise, I will probably be lurking or hanging out in some other people's streams. So hope you have a good hump day, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye.